You know that feeling when you buy the same groceries, but somehow your house eats them faster? Like your cereal is teleporting, your paper towels are vanishing, and your snacks are disappearing like you live with 3 raccoons in a trench coat. Here's the plot twist. Your family is not eating more. Your pantry is paying a subscription fee, and the companies charging you for it are counting on one thing that you will never notice. We talk about inflation like it is always loud, like the price tag jumps out and punches you in the face. But there's another version that is way sneakier. They keep the price the same and quietly reduce what you get. Same box, same shelf space, same vibes, less product. It's called shrinkflation, and even the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics talks about how hard it is to spot while shopping. Imagine if Netflix did this. You pay the same price, but instead of 4K, it's now 3.6K, and then next month it's 2.9K. And when you complain, Netflix says, "We reshaped the pixels for a better viewing experience." That is literally what brands do with packaging. And yes, government economists have pointed out tricks like adding more air to packages or changing the divot in the bottom of jars to reduce volume while keeping the container looking the same. Here's the key. Humans notice price changes faster than size changes. Price is obvious. Size is sneaky. Even the BLS explains that manufacturers downsize because research shows consumers are more sensitive to price change than to size change. And academic research using real retail data finds the same thing. A 2025 study on shrinkflation and consumer demand estimates people react more strongly to a 1% price increase than a 1% size decrease. Translation: they can shrink the product and keep sales steadier than if they raised the price. So, companies do what any company would do when it works. They run it back. And if you think this is just internet rage bait, here's something official. The U.S. Government Accountability Office did a major report on shrinkflation in July 2025. They found downsizing affects a smaller share of items overall, but in categories where it happens a lot, it can meaningfully push inflation inside that category. Example: in the cereal category, GAO found about 1.1% of items were downsized, but those items represented 8.6% of sales. So it is not happening to every product. It is happening to the popular ones you keep buying. GAO also found that when items are downsized, the per-unit price increases can be big. In their analysis, the per-unit price increase among downsized products averaged around 12% for paper towels, up to 32% for coffee. That's not a small change. That is quietly raising your bill without raising your bill. Now let's talk about the shrinkflation playbook, because this goes beyond make it smaller. Trick 1. The fake floor. You ever flip a bottle over and it has that deep crater underneath? That's not engineering. That's a hidden basement nobody lives in. BLS literally mentions the divot in the bottom of the jar as a way packages can be downsized without being obvious. Trick 2. The shape shift. Same box footprint, new geometry. Taller, thinner, narrower. Your eyes see same, your pantry sees less. Trick 3. The air scam. Chip bags are the funniest one. They sell you a bag of confidence and 11 chips. And yes, BLS points out manufacturers can downsize by adding more air to packages. Trick 4. The less but cute rebrand. They slap words like family size, mega, value, bonus, new look, and your brain goes, ooh, improved. Meanwhile, the unit price goes surprise. People always say, just look at unit prices, and that is true. But real surveys show most shoppers do not consistently check unit price or weight. A Purdue University survey found 82% often check the price, but only 51% often check unit price, and only 44% often check weight. So companies are betting on your habits, not your intelligence. Here's how you fight back without turning grocery shopping into calculus. 1. Become a unit price sniper. Do not read the big price first. Find the tiny unit price tag and compare. 2. Pick categories that can't be shrinkflated easily. BLS points out goods sold strictly by weight or volume, like steak by the pound or gas by the gallon, don't shrink in the same way. 3. Run a 30-second audit at home. Pick 5 items you buy a lot. Take a photo of the weight or count. Check again in a month. If it shrank, you switch brands. That is the only language that hits. So, yeah, your groceries are not disappearing because you lost discipline or because your family randomly turned into a snack militia. A lot of the time, you're watching a quiet system work exactly as designed. Even GAO says consumers tend to be less responsive to shrinkflation than to price increases, partly because many people don't notice changes in size or unit price. That's why it keeps happening. Now, I want you to do something. Next time you're at the store, pick one product you buy all the time. Look at the unit price, look at the weight. If you catch a shrink, comment it. Not to complain, to warn other people. Because the fastest way to kill a silent scam is to make it loud. If you want more videos like this that break down money traps in plain English, hit subscribe. Your pantry will thank you.